Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today I wanted to do like a mini showcase of my favorite covers in my manga collection. I definitely have a lot more than just what I'm showing, so if you guys like this video, leave a like and comment below and I'll make more in the future. So to start off very strong, we have Volume 6 of Innocent Rouge by Sakamoto Shinichi. Honestly, I have another volume from the same series right after this one, just because I absolutely adore his art style so much. I think it's absolutely beautiful. The detail is amazing, as you can see right in front of you. This cover showcases the main character of this series, Marie Joseph Sanson. And funny enough, the following volume that I'm showing showcases the main character of the prequel series, or her older brother, Charles Henry Sanson. This cover is not quite as intricately detailed as the previous one I just showed, but I think it's just as eye-catching and beautiful. And honestly, if I ever film this type of video again, more than likely I'm probably going to include more covers from this same artist, because just absolutely stunning. The next manga cover that I want to show you guys is volume 22 of Flame of Rika. This is a very different art style than the previous two that I just showed, but I still think that this is a really cool looking cover. If you guys have never heard of Flame of Rika, it's a manga from the 90s, which you can kind of clearly tell with both the art style and the aesthetic. It's almost a little over dramatic with the whole high contrast same image, plus it's flipped, but the dramaticism of it I really like. I think it's kind of cool, so I wanted to include it as part of my list. This next cover is kind of like a mix of the previous covers that I just showed, in the fact that it's from the 90s, so it definitely has that vibe to it, but it's also very intricate and detailed in style and design. This is Angel Sanctuary Volume 7 by actually one of my personal favorite mangakas, Kaori Yuki. I've read many of her other works, and all of her art and her manga covers are very beautiful, but I really like this one specifically because this character, she's not necessarily my favorite from this series, but design-wise she's one of my favorites, plus with the flowers in the front and just the way that the character's gaze is drawn, definitely looking at you, the reader, but also it holds a sense of sadness, which definitely every time I pick up this volume I take a second just to kind of look at the cover because of that. Right after that is volume 2 of A Man and His Cat, which is very different energy from the previous art covers. The cover is very comforting and very soft, which is exactly how the story is like, so I think that this was a wonderful decision by the mangaka to choose this image to be the cover. And again, for very different reasons from Angel Sanctuary, before reading this volume, I always kind of look at the cover and just oh, you know? Honestly speaking, I could have chosen any other volumes that I own from this series because they all give off the very similar comforting vibe, and I just like that, especially considering all the other covers are very dramatic stories, or at the very least very intense stories. Which, speaking of intense, the next two that I want to show next to each other for reasons that you guys can probably tell is volumes 24 and 25 of Hunter x Hunter. Again, these covers aren't very detailed as opposed to previous covers that I've shown, but the reason why I particularly like and own volumes 24 and 25 is because it showcases two of my favorite characters from my favorite arc, which is also one of the more heart-wrenching arcs. Although I do have to say, all of the arcs in Hunter x Hunter kind of hurt one way or another. But there's not really much to say about these covers, just I like them just because when it really comes down to it. Alright, and the very last cover that I want to show you guys in this video is Claymore Volume 12, which showcases, I believe to be Claire, in a field of claymores. It's a lot to take in the sense that her being in a field of claymores that are staked to the ground is giving the implication of her being surrounded by like a bunch of dead warriors. Although if I were to explain why I like this cover, it's basically the same reason as most others. I think it looks cool. And that's it for this video. If you guys liked what you saw, again, leave a like and comment below. And let me know if there were any covers that I showed that you guys also liked. And that's all for now. Till next time!